The latest chapter in Gypsy Rose Blanchard's tumultuous story has landed, and it's already sending shockwaves through the world of true crime and pop culture. In a jaw-dropping new interview with Rolling Stone, Gypsy is making explosive claims about her past, revealing shocking details that have left fans, critics, and even her detractors questioning everything they thought they knew about her. And if you thought you'd heard it all, trust me, this is just the beginning. In the interview, Gypsy recounts harrowing moments from her childhood, but one revelation has eclipsed all the others. She claims that her late mother, Dee Blanchard, went so far as to orchestrate a potentially life-threatening surgery on her larynx, essentially an attempt, as Gypsy describes it, to cut her voice out forever. Gypsy paints this as her breaking point, the moment she realized she had to act to escape her mother's control. She recalls thinking, if nothing happens, how old will I be when this stops? Will I die first? As if that wasn't enough to send chills down your spine, Gypsy is doubling down on the drama by promoting her upcoming book, My Time to Stand, where she promises even more shocking secrets that she's kept hidden until now. Featuring family photos and new allegations, the book is being marketed as the most raw and unfiltered look at Gypsy's life yet, but not everyone is convinced. Critics are already questioning the veracity of her new claims, accusing her of fabricating details to sell books and stay relevant. And here's where things get murkier. Many are asking why Gypsy never mentioned this life-altering surgery attempt during her countless interviews over the years. She spoke at length about her mother's abuse, the lies about her medical conditions, and even her chained confinement. But this particular bombshell, completely absent. Skeptics argue that Gypsy, who once captivated the world with her tragic story, may be spinning new tales to reignite interest in her narrative. After all, why leave such a dramatic and crucial detail out until now? But wait, there's more. Gypsy also delves into accusations of sexual abuse within her family, including an allegation that her grandfather assaulted both her and her mother. This claim isn't entirely new. Gypsy has hinted at it before, but the specifics she plans to include in the book have sparked fresh outrage. However, when her grandfather spoke out against these allegations, his rebuttal was nothing short of shocking. He claimed Gypsy was the instigator, alleging that she was seductive, even as a child. The twisted nature of these accusations has left many stunned, and the debate over the truth has only intensified. It doesn't stop there. Gypsy's narrative is riddled with inconsistencies that have left researchers and armchair detectives scratching their heads. For instance, one of her past claims involved Dee allegedly chaining her to a bed for 2 weeks. Yet multiple sources who've delved deeply into the case suggest this event likely never happened. Critics speculate that Gypsy may have borrowed stories from real abuse survivors to embellish her own tale. Now, with these latest claims, some wonder if history is repeating itself. As Gypsy embraces her fresh start after serving 8 years in prison for her mother's murder, the question remains: is this a genuine attempt at transparency or a desperate bid to control the narrative? Gypsy's camp is hyping her new memoir as a journey of redemption and self-discovery, but skeptics see it as a calculated move to stir controversy and cash in on the public's fascination with her life. Meanwhile, fans are torn. Some believe Gypsy's new revelations are a brave step toward reclaiming her voice, while others see them as a cynical ploy. And with her book promising even more jaw-dropping revelations, the buzz around her story shows no signs of fading. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, whose story has been at the center of one of the most infamous true crime cases in recent history, is once again making headlines with shocking allegations and jaw-dropping responses. In a new Lifetime documentary titled The Prison Confession of Gypsy Blanchard, premiering this January, Gypsy accuses her grandfather, Claude Petra, of sexually abusing her as a child. But it's not just the accusation that's making waves. It's his bizarre and deeply unsettling response that has left everyone speechless. Gypsy, who was released from prison last Thursday after serving 8 years for her role in the 2015 murder of her mother, Dee Blanchard, opens up about the alleged abuse in an interview with People. She claims the abuse lasted about a year, starting when she was a child. Speaking with remarkable composure, she explains, I've gotten to a point where I can stand on my own 2 feet and say this happened to me. I'm not going to let it affect me anymore. Gypsy says she's speaking out now to protect others, adding, "He's still alive, and I think making it known might prevent him from doing this to someone else." But Petra's response to these allegations has left many stunned. In the documentary, he vehemently denies Gypsy's claims, but doesn't stop there. He counters with a shocking accusation of his own, alleging that Gypsy initiated inappropriate behavior toward him when she was as young as 4 years old. Petra states, "She was the one trying to touch me, and I would say, 'No, don't do that.'" The claim is as shocking as it is controversial, leaving viewers to grapple with an almost incomprehensible he said, she said scenario. Gypsy, understandably, has distanced herself completely from her grandfather, telling the producers of the documentary that she wants nothing to do with him. In her interview with People, she also reveals that she was hesitant to confide in her mother about the alleged abuse, and only did so at age 19, 10 years after it reportedly occurred. To her shock, Didi confessed to being abused by Petra as well. "It was hard for us to come to grips with the fact that we had both been abused by the same person," Gypsy says, adding that it made her wonder what other horrors her mother might have endured. The layers of Gypsy's story don't stop there. In a Rolling Stone interview, she claims that she hid in the bathroom while her then-boyfriend, Nicholas Gojan, murdered Didi. But skeptics, including investigators, aren't buying this narrative. Gojan confessed to stabbing Didi a specific number of times, yet autopsy reports revealed 17 stab wounds, suggesting a second party may have been involved. Many believe that Gypsy's attempts to distance herself from the crime scene don't align with the evidence. And the evidence is damning. Despite claiming she never entered the room after her mother's death, investigators uncovered a chilling search history from Gypsy's Yahoo account, including terms like how to remove the smell of a body and how to keep a body cool. Furthermore, Didi's room was found covered in white powder, likely used to mask the odor of decomposition, and the air conditioning had been turned on full blast, details that suggest Gypsy had far more involvement than she lets on. What's more, the internet sleuths have been dissecting Gypsy's every word in action, noting inconsistencies in her story. For instance, she claims she has never seen the crime scene photos and insists she doesn't know the aftermath of what happened. But the evidence of her online searches and actions after the murder paints a different picture. Gypsy's new allegations and denials are stirring up intense debate. Is she a victim bravely sharing her story, or a manipulative liar trying to rewrite history? With the Lifetime documentary and her upcoming memoir, it's clear she is determined to control the narrative. But as more details emerge, the line between fact and fiction in Gypsy Rose Blanchard's story continues to blur, leaving everyone questioning what to believe. Gypsy Rose Blanchard is back in the spotlight, and as usual, she's stirring up a mix of fascination and controversy. In a recent talk at San Francisco State University, Gypsy made a startling claim. She's never watched The Act, the dramatized series based on her life. But here's the twist. She also criticized the show for portraying her inaccurately. Now, how could she possibly know it misrepresented her if she's supposedly never seen it? It's contradictions like these that make Gypsy's narrative as tangled as ever. And if you thought that was surprising, wait until you hear what Gypsy's latest career aspiration is. She wants to become a hairdresser. Yes, you read that right. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, infamous for her role in the grisly 2015 murder of her mother, now wants to wield scissors professionally. Imagine trusting her to hover over your head with sharp objects given her past. While she insists her past doesn't define her, the irony of her career choice hasn't been lost on anyone. Social media erupted with comments like, "No place should authorize her for that kind of job with her history." It's hard to argue with the skeptics. Would you feel comfortable with Gypsy holding scissors near your head? This isn't the first time Gypsy has floated a surprising career goal. Over the years, she's expressed interest in becoming a social media influencer, an advocate, and now a hairdresser. But here's where it gets juicy. Her pivot to hairstyling seems to come after realizing that the online world isn't exactly buying into her redemption arc. Comments and posts criticizing her for trying to rebrand herself as an influencer may have pushed her toward a more grounded, albeit eyebrow-raising profession. Adding fuel to the fire is a recent photo of Gypsy that's been making rounds. Many eagle-eyed fans noticed that her neck appeared oddly elongated, sparking speculation that the image was heavily edited. Her neck was edited to make it look longer, one commenter pointed out. At first glance, it might seem like an innocent touch-up, but in the world of Gypsy Blanchard, every detail is scrutinized. What's more intriguing is that the photo, reportedly new, doesn't show any signs of a baby bump, despite recent rumors swirling about her personal life. And speaking of the photo, there's an air of mystery around it. Is it truly new? Some fans argue they've never seen it before, while others are skeptical about its authenticity. But the bigger question remains: why the need for edits at all? Is it part of her ongoing effort to craft a new public image, one meticulously polished to distance herself from her dark past? It's undeniable that Gypsy knows how to keep people talking. From her bold statements to her unexpected career ambitions, she continues to walk a fine line between seeking redemption and sparking outrage. One thing's for sure, Gypsy Rose Blanchard has mastered the art of staying in the public eye, and with every new twist, she leaves us wondering, what will she do next? Love her or hate her, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is a name that refuses to fade from the spotlight. Whether it's her controversial claims, eyebrow-raising career aspirations, or her uncanny ability to keep us guessing, she knows how to keep the world watching. So, what do you think of her latest revelations and career plans? Is she carving a path to redemption, or is this just another chapter in her tangled story? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the lives that keep us all talking. Stay tuned, because when it comes to Gypsy, the drama is far from over.